Well, good day to you lovely people out there. I did not film this week, so we're gonna do it today. It's Friday. Just gonna go over punch list items that we need to get done, and I'll show you what all we've got accomplished for the third week. We'll go room by room. My glasses have to keep fogging up. We are now required to wear a mask on site, so that's fun. So we'll start with this room. All right, in this room, a 98-inch display TV has to go on this wall. Emergency lighting has to get moved right there. That has to be moved out of our way still. Bulletin board is going to come down. We did get confirmation that that's going to come down. Clock's probably going to have to get moved. See the power and data up there? That's where we were actually going to go put it. And they've decided to use wire molding instead of coming down into the brick. Makes it easier for us, but I'm not a real big fan of the light. But I think it'll be better because there's plumbing and stuff behind the wall. This is like an eye wash station and stuff. I believe it's a safety training room or some sort. So that's this room. That's one of the lists that we're waiting on before we can actually start this. And this is all the first floor so far. For anybody that doesn't know what an 86-inch TV looks like on a cart, there you have it. That white piece right here that gets pulled off, that's glass. That's got the equipment inside it. And that's so they can roll these from classroom to classroom. Come around to the back as to how we did this. Got the mount right there. This is just the power cord, so it's up out of the way. They can plug that in, but the power cord actually goes down there. And then we tidied up the wires here as they plug into here, and then we coiled them up real nicely. Somebody forgot to cut the zip tie off of that, but we'll get to that. That'll be another thing. But we staged these in all the rooms that they're supposed to go in, facing out towards the glass so they don't get hit, because nobody's going to break glass, right? Hopefully these things don't get damaged. So that's that one. And that's what we did this week, was worked on these actual 86-inch displays, getting them on these carts. All right, again in this room, we're waiting on emergency light to get moved so we can put another 98-inch display on this wall. Still waiting on that. That's another item that we have to wait on. The fire, I think, moves these things. So waiting on that. All right, in this room, we need power and data on this wall. There's two little conference rooms in here, one on each side of the building, but we're still waiting somewhere around on this wall to get me power and data up there. Basically, the tiny rack that's here is going to sit about right there. So what we have to do next week is put the mount up, run the wire up, over, down the wall, into the cart or rack. And we still have yet to have data or power put on this wall. Two rooms identical to this, and that's what we're waiting on here. Now this one's an interesting setup. This white box where we've been putting displays up, 45-inch display goes up here. However, by code, we cannot block this air vent for the elevator shaft. So it's not gonna fit. So one of two things are gonna happen. We either don't put it up, or we move this over to this wall where there's nothing at. We would not move this. This would be the electricians that actually do this. Not sure what they're gonna do with this, but we cannot do anything with this until that gets done. That's a punch list item as well. So we're waiting on an answer for that. I'm not sure why they did that, but nonetheless, I wouldn't move it. I would just discontinue it if it were me, because it's a digital signage. So like as you're sitting at a hospital or whatever, you know, you see pictures float across the screen, tells you about the company or whatever. Nobody's gonna walk over here and look at that from here when the doorway is here when they come in. So they're gonna come in, go up the stairs. That's prominently where they would see that. So, or move it over to this wall, who knows? But that's another punch list item. This is another wall with digital signage that we did not get to this week. We can get to that next week, roll through these. This one's ready to go. We just have to center it on each wall. and pop it in. So equipment goes behind it, little 45-inch display, nothing major. Get to that next week. That's part of the punch list that I'm writing down in my journal so that we can get this stuff taken care of and hopefully get this job done in a couple of weeks. Okay, this room, very interesting. This is not an 86, this is the 98, the big boy. We haven't fully set it yet because we haven't finished up what we were gonna do. But we got one cable that goes up, runs around over here, and that's where the podium's gonna live. So that's where that stays. The only thing in here really is to wire up into that rack. So that's all we have to do here. This was not fun to lift. I'll just say I'm not a fan of 98-inch displays. Okay, right here we got a digital signage going up there, a little 45-incher. That needs to be done, punch list item. Okay, in this room, oddly enough, what we found out as we were testing, put multiple ends on this. There's Cat 6 there. I'm gonna tidy that up before I get out of here, at least just behind it so nobody sees it. That has to come down. We gotta re-pull the wire, cable, whatever you guys wanna call it. We gotta re-pull that up and over, down, redo the snake skin that's here, pull it through the snake skin again, replace that wire and plug it in. Somewhere along the lines that cable's damaged. We could not get an accurate reading whatsoever. It changed every time. We changed the batteries out on our testers, so that cable's gonna get re-pulled first thing when I get back on Monday. I want that knocked out first. So another punch list item. Very interesting thing about this room, we still need to wire this one. We're delaying just a bit on this one because it's like close to 90 degrees in the room. Something's wrong with the thermostat. We couldn't get it turned down, so it is extremely hot in here. I'm already starting to sweat and I just walked in it. That rack needs to be wired, so tomorrow, next week, we're gonna have to suck her up and get her done if they don't fix it. Ugh. Little mini conference room here. And we're waiting on that emergency light right there to get moved. I have a display going up there, 86-inch, I believe. I'll have to look at the plans, but it sits there. That little rack is gonna sit over here. So I need power, data up there, and the emergency light moved. So it will go up, over, down, pull the wire out, and sit down. All right, and in this room, we haven't actually thrown anything up on the walls yet because if you look closely, see if you can see this. See them streaks on that paint right there? That goes all the way down the wall. So they're gonna have to re-mud and repaint. And we're not putting TVs up so they can sling mud all over the TVs, because that's what essentially will happen is it'll drip. I've got it wired, got it ready. We just need to put the displays up, couple speakers, and this will be done, but we have to wait till they re-mud and paint to get rid of the streaks. Somehow water was leaking from the top. Not sure what was going on with that. But that's this room. I know this wasn't a very fantastic video, but I didn't have a whole lot to mess with. We just had a lot of things to run around and get doing, and I didn't have a whole lot of time to be moving around. I didn't have my normal people. Austin was not here. That sucked. But, you know, what can you do? I'll leave you with this. That's what a punch list is. This thing is not staying up. Who else, raise a hand, show of hands, does not like wearing masks while working? Especially if you wear glasses like me, they fog up. So that's what a punch list item is. That's what punch lists are. It's everything that's like the little bitty things here and there is in a big project that didn't get handled, or you didn't have the stuff to do it with, or you're waiting on things to get done that become punch list items towards the end of the project that helps wrap the project up. That's what a punch list is. So I'm going to show you exactly how much equipment that we do have left, because we have another building to do and we've got it all staged downstairs. It's going to blow your mind what's still left to do. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.